En el centro de la pampa vive un pimiento. Sol y viento pa' su vida, sol y viento. Sol y viento.
Hello, my name is Patrick Barnard. Welcome to the 55th edition of the Pimento Report. It's September 16th, 2012, and we're going to have fun today. We're going on a little hike in the Laurentian mountains outside of Montreal. We're also going to swim across that lake. As you can see, I've got my equipment on for swimming, a jacket and life protection. Alors, je m'appelle Patrick Barnard. Bienvenue à la 55e édition du Piment. C'est un peu une blague aujourd'hui. On va faire une excursion dans les Laurentides. Puis, ça va commencer avec un petit, je sais pas quoi exactement. Je vais nager dans ce lac avec mes équipements. Alors, bienvenue à notre petite excursion du dimanche. Ah, beautiful. C'est beau, c'est beau, c'est beau.
I'm Anna O'Connor, and we come here a lot of weekends, not every weekend, because we have a small chalet up in Indian Road, and we like to come here as often as we can, but in winter time we do a good bit of cross-country skiing here. And this little chemin we're going on now is called the Pine Cone, or Pomme de Pin.
Alors, Anna, le paysage ici, est-ce que c'est spécial pour vous, pour toi?
Ah oui, c'est très spécial, parce que en hiver c'est beau pour le ski de fond. En automne, marcher c'est tellement beau. Et en été, bien sûr, pour le petit lac, pour nager. We're in the shade now for a while.
I love it like this. They call it Eastern Woodland, or sometimes it's called the Carolinian Forest. Anna, we were here a couple of weeks ago and I had to stop. Yeah. And you were talking about how it was good in the winter, good in the summer, good in the autumn. Yeah. And here we are again, it's a little bit later, and it looks great.
Yes, yeah, well the leaves are still pretty vibrant, although it's not sunny, but still very beautiful.
Well, let's go in this time, and I'll try not to lose my memory. Yeah. That's what happened. I lost my memory. Yeah, my electronic memory. Yes. So I'll just follow you behind here.
Well, this, Patrick, is also now, of course, today, it's a little ski trail that connects up with the bigger ski network, cross-country skiing. This trail is maintained in winter by, I think it's Modern Heights now who maintain it, and it's challenging, but it's very beautiful.
I like it the way it is today.
Yes.
Of course, I'm not a skier the way you are.
But it's also it's always beautiful for hiking. That's the thing we discovered about the cross-country ski trails. They're perfect for hiking in the spring, summer and autumn because they're firm underfoot and they're always scenic. And you can get a good walk in and you don't see many people.
I'm going to go alongside you now.
Yes. You don't see, you do meet people, but not hordes. It's not, I suppose it is not.
What are these red marks, Anna, up here? Is this sort of to mark the trail in winter time?
It is it's for the skiing. The triangle number 19 is a specific trail. And of course I'm afraid they say no dogs. And this is not for snowshoeing, because snowshoers have their own trails.
Now, what strikes you about that, Henry? Just the mixture of colors, eh?
Yes, the
Yeah.
bright red
Yeah,
with the yellow, red and yellow.
yeah.
They work well.
And that's, of course, a product of this time of year. Yeah.
I've been telling people, and I think it's true, that these colors are there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But we can't see them because of the green of the chlorophyll that, during the growing season. And then when the chlorophyll vanishes, the colors come out. It's a bit like stars. They're there all day. We don't see them, but we see them when it...
What do you think is special about these woods?
The fact that we ski here in winter. These trails have special meaning. Henry. Trails have special meaning for us. I remember when my stomach is my heart is in the pit of my stomach, what an expression is. Looking down on a steep hill, and I think this is going to be challenging.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the O'Connor sisters, of course, who led you there, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about these trails if I hadn't.
Yeah, yeah. Lovely. You stopped here because you're interested in those flowers, and I photographed them about 2 weeks ago. Can you tell me about them?
Well, I think they're the showy lady slipper. And according to my flower book, they're very rare. They're an orchid family. And they blow in and they may never come back. They come here and there, often in rough places. But the book says, don't pick them. Because they will not, well anyway, because they're
And
rare.
are they known in the, I guess this is the lower Laurentians, right?
They're known in in northeast United States and eastern Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, in eastern Canada.
Now let's just for fun,
Yeah.
we'll go and look at them a bit closely.
Yeah.
What is it that strikes you about them?
Well, I guess because they're an orchid, you immediately are impressed. Me, I'm like status of an orchid growing wild. I'm impressed by that. But also, yes, anything that has that delicate, you see, the shape of a slipper. Now, Patrick, of course, if I'm wrong, you'll
If you're wrong, we'll just have to...
But I believe they are, because look, they have these lines, according to the book, these lines along the leaf,
Right.
and the serrated, very small serrations along the edge.
Right.
And according to my book, then they satisfy the criteria to be called an orchid, the showy,
And we saw
the showy lady slipper.
We saw them about 2 or 3 weeks
Oh,
ago,
yes.
and they're still not bad.
But that's the beauty of them, a perennial. You see, orchids, like the orchid flower that you have, it can last about 2 months. So probably these would last much more weeks than a regular wildflower.
Anna, what's this lake here?
This is a lake we discovered about 30 years ago, and we call it Patrick's Lake. After you, Patrick, because you went for a swim in it.
Should I go in there today for a swim?
Yes! Why not? Very few people would swim in it, but in fact it's very nice once you get out into the lake. It's really beautiful.
Good luck.
There are sharks.
Thomas might help you down there.
There's a red light here. I don't say anything about recording.
Usually that means recording, right?
Okay.
I don't know. You could ask him.
Gosh, so not the others.
Marilyn, did you say you came down this in skis?
Yeah.
And did you stay, I don't know, I was going to say afloat. Did you stay on top of the skis?
There's always a lot of snow here. And if you fall into snow, but it's very steep going down, and as you can see, very twisty going around. But I think we only did it once or twice, and then we pretty much always went down the back way, which is also quite steep too.
Because Henry just said that, and you know how athletic he is, that he takes his skis off here and
he
climbs
takes them
up.
off to walk up. No, we always go up with the skis.
You
We
go
always
up with
leave
your
we leave
skis?
them on, yeah. Well, I do, and I think Brett, Nan, and Roger always do. But it's really steep, as you can see, but it's beautiful snow.
How long have we been coming here? I forget.
Well, over 30 years. I'm over 30 years, we've been together over 30 years, and you came up here one of the first times that
That was 1982.
when you first came. I think
Yeah.
I was up here before that probably.
And you told me a story about seeing something. Was it in the spring here?
In the spring we were hiking here, and there were beautiful wild irises, purple. They looked like a bit like Siberian irises, I think, but and maybe that means they weren't wild, but they were just gorgeous in all this lovely area.
Let's go up and look at Lover's Leap. I think we're almost there, aren't we?
Well, we've got to come along here a bit.
We're coming up to the ridge line here.
Coming along the ridge and up
Yeah.
higher.
Rog, you've been coming up here for about 30 years. What's your thoughts up on top of Lover's Leap today?
Well, it's a great place of friendship. We've been here in all seasons, at all times of the year, even at night in the summer. Look at the stars. It's a great place, and it's one of the finest viewpoints in the Laurentians. And it's sort of it's within a huge valley. You can see these two large ridges to the south and west. And in this autumn time, you can, by the different colors of the trees, you can make out the composition of the forest, which is very interesting.
Now this rock that we're standing on, if I'm not mistaken, this is Canadian Shield, isn't it? Isn't this ancient rock, or am I wrong?
Very ancient rock. And matter of fact, we may be standing on very archaic mountains that have been worn down by the eons, and also and in the latter stages by the number of great sheets of ice that have come down over them.
Sometimes when I'm here, I'm going to just point the camera towards this rock. I have the strangest feeling about this rock. The last time when it was warm, I just don't know, I had the strangest, oddest feeling about it. As if it's been here a long time, and not as hard as it seems, but somehow comforting in a strange way. Beautiful textures.
From what I understand, it's a metamorphic rock that had been sedimentary at one point. As to whether there had been living organisms that had deposited themselves into this sedimentary rock, layered themselves into the sedimentary rock, I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of life in there.
But the other thing about these mountains is that they're subject to earthquakes. I mean, we've been here a few times when there's been earthquakes. The last time when it was about 4.3. And when the earthquake did occur, all the small rocks in the near vicinity, they all started shaking at the same time. It was most unnerving.
That must have been strange. All of them were shaking, vibrating?
Yeah, all of them vibrating. Like it seemed like the whole landscape was making a rocky tumbling sound.
And that's south over there. So this is the view really north, isn't it?
Blue Hills Ridge is what you're pointing at right now. Wonderful ridge.
Blue Hills Ridge, eh?
Yes, it's probably the last major ridge before we descend down into the St. Lawrence River plain.
Right.
And now you're looking west.
And now we're going to the left. We're going sort of south and maybe east to Montreal. Is that in Montreal somewhere over there?
On a very clear day, which today is a little bit hazy, you can actually see the outlines of some of the buildings in Montreal through one of those valley gaps.
You okay, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm fine. I saw you fell.
Did you manage? Well, just flat I slid a bit on my rear end. Patrick? How are you, Emily? How's your foot? Probably beautiful.
So Thomas, what do you think of all of this?
It's good. I don't think I've ever been through this part of the woods. It's a newly found trail a couple of years ago. New to me anyway.
Yeah. Now you're an expert on quantum physics, the beauty of the very small. See any connection between what you study and these woods around us here?
If there's snowshoe races, like
No racing. No, just to go out.
There are snowshoe races.
or snowshoe mountain.
I can't say I see a deep connection here. It's kind of a different mindset you have out here than you would have, say, in the quantum world.
Yeah, it's a very different mindset.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
so.
much the wide, big. Here, even though we're in the forest, you have a big, bright sky, and you really feel like it's the outdoors.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I think that makes a lot of sense to me.
He's the one who started being
Toby,
the youngest.
what do you? Yes, Toby.
Thomas was a
What
baby.
do you think about this? You gonna hide? Okay, I don't blame you. Oh, okay. Toby says hello. What do you think about this?
I think this is lovely. I love these colors.
Well, that would be a nice way to end our little video.
But it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's attractive,
Lovely company.
Sum it up.
and it really cleans you out. Or cleans you off. I don't know what's. Oh dear, we've made a bit of a boo-boo there.
Oh well.
Oh well. Okay, there we go, folks.
This is a lovely junction here.
A lovely junction.